What's up, you guys? I'm here with a new video today, and I'm here to talk again about another pretty amazing card that's coming out of Dragons of Legend. This time, it's actually a card that I really like. And that card is Wiretap. If you guys went and saw Mega Capital G's channel, you guys will see his video on. Really good video. I really enjoyed it. This card's actually really awesome. I actually don't have anything bad to say about this card or anything like I did in the last two videos. The first one on Soul Charge. Soul Charge is crazy. Like we don't even have to talk about that. And Shadow Impulse is not busted. It's more of a, it can be busted depending on the situation, but it's more of a, it does, bring like synchros like back into the light. I think synchros will return because of the card, and I think people will try to gear their decks towards being able to synchro and XYZ, which is always nice. But this card, Wiretap, is really, really cool. Um, Very simple. When a trap card is activated, negate the activation if you do shuffle that card into the deck. First thing that came to mind is rest in peace, Seven Tools of the Bandit. Back in the day, Seven Tools of the Bandit was, just awesome. It was the best way to counter everything. Decks were playing 2 to 3 of it, and once again, history repeated itself. And Geargia decks have been playing multiple copies of Seven Tools of the Bandit because it is the best out to cards like Solemn Warning, the best outs to cards like Black Horn of Heaven, the best outs to counter traps and traps in general, because let's face it, counter traps are almost impossible to stop unless you had, back in the day we had, I can't believe I'm saying it, back in the day we had Solemn Judgment, but it's been gone for a while now. So this card is just really, really cool. I like it. I'd say the positive things about this is that it is far superior in almost every way to Seven Tools of the Bandit. The only thing, I mean, like the positive things are you don't have to pay life points. So if you're below, if you're below 1,000 for whatever reason, you're not stuck with a dud card. If you do run into a trap card, that could be a real problem. The only thing I guess that's different this time is that the card that gets negated gets shuffled back into the deck. Now, I guess that could be a little negative because, well, they got to use it once. They could draw to it again. Deck gets shuffled. Deck gets shuffled. Deck gets cut. They could draw into it again. But I mean, I'm not gonna, weigh that as such a negative thing because this card could single-handedly win games in really grindy situations where you're summoning a monster for game. They happen to have the one Solemn Warning, and you have wiretap, and it's just the end. You win. Other situations can be like when you're staring like a Black Horn of Heaven, when they could mirror force you for game, when they could deprison your Stardust or something just really important you don't want to get deprisoned. Just real crucial trap cards that can be a real problem. This is also another out to just pretty much anything. Being able to negate any trap is awesome. I think that's really great. It's like it's almost like a mixture between like Dark Bribe and stuff like that, to where it does have a effect where the opponent does get something. They do get their trap card back, but I think that it's better this way, that it goes back to the deck instead of just them drawing a card, which would have been Dark Bribe's stipulation. Seven Tools was awesome because it would just destroy it, but now you don't have to pay the life points. Like I said, the positive things about it is that you could be at several hundred life points and still be able to activate this card and still be able to use it in situations where if you had Seven Tools of the Bandit, you would lose. So I do like that a lot about this card. I think this card's pretty fair. Um, it's just, negation has always been around. Solemn Judgment could literally stop anything, so Solemn Judgment was amazing. Dark Bribe was focused on spell and traps, and Seven Tools was focused on traps alone. So now we have a card that, again, like Seven Tools, is focused on traps. It is a counter trap itself. It just, you don't pay the life points and you just send the card back to the deck. So this will be really interesting to see what this card does for the game. It's definitely a card I would play. I think this card is awesome. I'm glad to see that there are some cool cards that I like out of this set. I think I rushed a little too quick to say that the set's going to be just so ridiculous. It's going to like completely, annihilate the game. I'm glad there are some decent cards that can be played, some really cool cards that can be played. And I just want to see what this card does for the game. I think this card's really, really cool, and we'll see what the future holds with this card. And it's extremely playable in pretty much every deck because most decks play traps these days. So it'll be cool to see what this does for the game, and it'll be interesting to see cards going back to the deck because it won't be the be all end all for people like on both ends of the spectrum. It'll be like, okay, you negated the trap, it could win you the game, it could put you in a better situation, a better winning situation. But then for the person that lost the trap card, it's not gone forever. It is recycled back into your deck, so it'll be interesting to see, can you draw into it again? So I really want to see what happens. I think it'll be really cool. But anyways, that's my little video on Wiretap. Once again, coming out in Dragons of Legend. Gonna be crazy. I know if you guys look here, it says CPL1, Japanese, and all that. But if you look here for the English sets, It tells you when it is getting released in this set. Let's see right here. Yeah, Dragon's a Legend. It hasn't been given a number yet, so hopefully it is still released. I'm pretty sure it will be. It was revealed, and then the rarity will come up in probably a couple days. Knowing it, it'll probably be a super. A lot of these cards appear to be super, so that'll be awesome. You know, super cards look great. So I'm glad this card's coming out. I like this card a lot. I have nothing bad to say about it. I just think it'll be cool to have just more negation because negation's cool. Negation gets past things, and negation is not like completely overpowered. Like when Seven Tools was played at 3, it wasn't overpowered. It was just good to have because you could Seven Tools as Seven Tools, and you know you would have really cool interactions with stuff. And I'm sure we're gonna see wiretaps. Like there's gonna be a lot of cool things that happen in the game. And like I've said, it appears that history is repeating itself, and the fact that Seven Tools being played in multiples. Several years ago, and it being repeated again in Pure Geargia and other decks like that, and now we're going to have a card that's similar to that. It's going to be played in main decks and is going to be something to where you're going to have really cool interactions because of that card. So anyways, I'm all for it. Comments below and let me know what you guys think about this card. Talk about cool things. If there's any traps that benefit from going back to the deck, I honestly don't know. I haven't really researched a lot of traps in the game outside of like the streamline traps that are used or theme traps that are used in decks. But it'll be really cool to see a card like this in play in the game. So anyways, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Give us a thumbs up and comment below with your thoughts on the card and just what do you guys think is going to happen. April 25th, everything's going to change because Fraser wrote a good article. Storm's coming, and April 25th, Dragons of Legend comes out. So we don't have that much longer, and it'll be interesting to see what happens. So hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thumbs it up. Thank you for watching.